it's Sam. Just here to lead you through what would typically be our warm yoga flow for this week. So we'll start today just in a child's pose, feeling kind of restful today. So you can take your child's pose however you like. You can leave the legs together and then just walk the arms, the hands out away. You can let your forehead rest on a block, a folded up blanket, or the mat. You can even let your elbows come down to the mat, cross them, and then just rest the forehead on the arms if this feels good to you. Also with the legs together, you can let the arms rest at your side with the palms up. You can also take your knees to the sides of the mat and then just walk the hands out away from you as well. And you can rest on the forearms stacked here as well, or a prop. So whatever feels good. This will give you a little bit more of a hip stretch, whereas keeping the legs together will give you a little more of a low back stretch. So whatever feels good to you, whatever feels restful. You just allow yourself to settle in here. Reflect back on your day. But try not to get too attached to your reflections. Just remembering to stay present and in the moment. And maybe taking a look at your breath. You don't have to change it just yet, but notice its quality and cadence. You can try for equal inhales and exhales as you move through the practice. Maybe you have a number you count to, or a prayer or a mantra that you repeat as you take each inhale and exhale. You can also practice ujjayi breathing by slightly constricting the back of the throat on your inhales and exhales. Just a slight audible whispering sound should be heard. And this has been shown to help folks overcome obstacles and to be more resilient. slow that breath down a little even more and strengthen your polyvagal tone. So it's a nice tool to have in your pocket. And I'll try it for a few breaths. I don't know if you'll be able to hear me or not. If you'd like to take a side stretch here, you can lift up a little bit. So you can walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. I like to keep my right arm bent and then just reach out with the left. You should feel just a nice opening and a stretch on the left side of the body, up into the arm, through those ribs, maybe even down to your left hip. And as you breathe here, just imagine kind of breathing out to the sides, the left and right, rather than up and down breathing motions or front and back, like the front of the chest and back. Just really imagine breathing into that open left side and creating nice space and openness here. You just imagine each of your ribs expanding, stretching, open. We can lift back up, coming to the center for a moment. Then you can lift up, and if you took that stretch on the other side, you can walk your hands over to the left. On your next breath, you can lift up, coming back to center, just for another moment. And then on your next breath, you can shift up, and we'll come to a tabletop position here. And cat-cows just always feel good. They're always right. So you can move through some of those here. So inhaling, letting the belly drop, head tilts up a little bit. And then exhale, rounding the spine, chin comes toward the chest. So when you inhale, drop the belly. This is the cow portion. And then rounding the spine, this is the cat portion. And I don't know if you can appreciate it from your view of me, but my singlet has neon cats on it. If you head over to runnersloveyoga.com, if you follow my Instagram page, I love Anne. She is a very cool person. She makes really awesome, fun, comfortable gear, and that is where this singlet is from. And what I'm getting to, it's neon and it's got cats on it. So it's pretty cool. This one she has done taking orders for, but she just put out 2 new colorways on the same print. She's also got a lot of other really cool, comfortable gear, like I said, so be sure to hit her up if you are into cats and yoga and running. Or none of it, and you just like the shirt. One more cat. And then just back to a neutral tabletop. So what we'll do here is you can lift your right arm and your left leg. We'll just do a little bit of a balance here. And then when you're ready, we'll do elbow to knee, back out, 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 and then leave your foot up. You can put your right hand back down, and then cross your left foot over to the right side of your mat. You can leave it straight, and that foot is down, and then you can just look back for your foot. Kind of a nice stretch. And you can even push back into your toes a little bit if you feel like it. Might get a little bit of a calf back of the other back of the leg stretch. All right, so you can bring that leg back in. And then we'll do the left arm and the right leg. And you are always more than welcome to stay here in this extension. You don't have to do these movements. You can certainly just stay right here. But if you want to move, we'll do knee to elbow, back out, knee to elbow, back out, knee to elbow, back out, knee to elbow, back out. I think that was 4. You can, if not, do it again. Or you can just be done. Hand comes back down. Foot comes over to the left side. And then you can just look back. Like, oh, what pretty feet I have. I don't think I really have pretty feet, but, you know, it's just nice to, like, tell your feet that they're pretty and you love them. Thank you, Angela Hammond, for this gem, because I love it. All right, so you can come back to your tabletop, and then we'll make our way into our first down dog. So however you like to get there, have at it. Sorry, something came across my watch, and I was like, I don't know what that means. So in your first down dog, you can have some movement, stretching one foot or one knee to the leg and the other. You can take your legs wide if you like. Sometimes bending both knees really kind of gives you that sensation of the hips being in the air and then just keeping them where they are and trying to straighten the legs a little bit. You'll notice my heels don't touch. I'm okay with that. They never have to touch. And then just finding a moment of stillness here. Next inhale, you can come up on the toes. As you exhale, you can walk your feet up to your hands for your first forward fold. Knees can be bent here too. They can be bent in a forward fold, always and forever. Let go of any tension in the head and the neck. Like, don't look up to try to look at me. Just let it all hang. You can take a ragdoll here too, holding on to opposite elbows. You can have motion with this or not. When you're ready, you can inhale to a halfway lift. So whether fingertips are on the floor or the hands are to the shins. Exhale, forward fold. We'll inhale, coming all the way up to standing, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, the arms up overhead. And then exhale, the hands to heart center. When you're ready, we'll inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands can come to the mat. Step your right leg behind you and lower your right knee to the mat for a low lunge. When you're ready, you can inhale your hands to the knees, to the hips, or the arms can come up overhead. Exhale the hands to the mat. Curl your back toes. We'll inhale and step back to plank. And then when you're ready, you can exhale and lower down to the mat. We'll inhale to cobra. Don't have to come up super duper 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 high first. Exhale back down to the mat. Inhale to plank. And then exhale back to down dog. We'll inhale the right leg up behind. As you exhale, right foot comes through to the hands. Lower the left knee to the mat for a low lunge. When you're ready, the hands can come to the knee, to the hips, or the arms can come up overhead. Exhale the hands to the mat. Curl your back toes. We'll inhale, step up to halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale the hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your left leg behind you. Lower your left knee to the mat for a low lunge. When you're ready, you can inhale your hands to the knees, to the hips, or the arms can come up overhead. Exhale the hands to the mat. Curl your back toes. We'll inhale, step back to plank. And then when you're ready, you can exhale and lower down to the mat. We'll inhale to cobra. Exhale back down to the mat. Inhale to plank. And then exhale back to down dog. We'll inhale the left leg up behind. As you exhale, left foot comes through to the hands. Lower the right knee to the mat for a low lunge. When you're ready, you can inhale your hands to the knees, to the hips, or the arms can come up overhead. Exhale the hands to the mat. Curl your back toes. We'll inhale, step up to halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms up overhead. And then exhale, the hands are at center. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your right leg behind you. Lower your right knee to the mat for the lunge. When you're ready, you can inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale the hands to the mat. Curl your back toes. We'll inhale, step back to plank. And then when you're ready, we'll exhale and lower down to the mat. We'll inhale to cobra. Exhale back down to the mat. Inhale to plank. And then exhale back to down dog. Inhale the right leg up behind you. As you exhale, right foot comes through to the hands. Lower the left knee to the mat for a low lunge. Got like a belly shirt happening here. Yikes. When you're ready, you can inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale the hands to the mat. Curl your back toes. We'll inhale, step up to halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Try to stop my belly shirt issue here, but it's probably not going to work, so sorry in advance. When you're ready, you can inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Step your left leg behind you. Lower your left knee to the mat for the lunge. When you're ready, you can inhale the arms up. Exhale the hands to the mat. Curl your back toes. We'll inhale, step back, plank. When you're ready, you can exhale, lower down to the mat. We'll inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower back down to the mat. Inhale to plank. And exhale back to down dog. We'll inhale the left leg up behind. As you exhale, left foot comes through the hands. Drop the right knee to the mat for the lunge. When you're ready, you can inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale the hands to the mat. Curl your back toes. We'll inhale, step up to halfway lift. Exhale, lower down to the mat. We'll inhale the arms up overhead. And then exhale the hands to heart center. So we've had a good warm up here. So just take a moment to maybe just notice how you're feeling after a little bit of movement. I'm going to turn on my fan because, building some heat. It's working, at least over here it is. So just notice if you feel a little better, a little worse, than when you started. And then just kind of learning to go with it. Not having too much expectation that, once I do yoga, I'm always going to start to immediately feel better. You may not. It may be a little different every time, depending on the movements that we do. You may feel better or worse than other times. So it's a little different for me to offer cues here and advice and suggestions because I can't actually see what's happening on your end. But you always know my motto, make the pose work for you, don't work for the pose. So always just take it easy and do what feels good to you, regardless of what I am saying. Alright, so we're going to get ready to move here again. So when you're ready, you can inhale the arms up, and you can sit the hips back just to a regular chair. I know last week I changed it up, it may have been in this class or another one, but there is the Utkatasana version of chair. Or not of chair, it's just a pose. So the arms, the hands will come together, and you kind of put more of your weight up into the toes, the ball of the foot, and then you can bend back a little more like this. But also today, just chair is perfectly fine. So on your exhale, instead of going to a forward fold, you're going to straighten your left leg and come to a tree on your right leg. So you might want to try kickstanding, putting it on the calf, trying to skip the knee joint. I really don't do it. But if you do it and you feel like that's what you need to do, then okay, I guess. I'll let it slide. And then in your tree, you can put your hands wherever. You can take the right arm over to the right leg and bend over that way. You can also close your eyes if you haven't fallen out yet. That takes it up another notch. Yeah, we're really taking it here in this balance. I just want you to know that. Like we're really doing it here. So now what you're going to do is you're going to let go of this tree. You're going to try to bring your front leg in front of you. You can put it out a little way in front, and then step it back and just come to a warrior 3. And then you can sit your back foot down for a warrior 1. How nice, a warrior 1. Now what you're going to do is you're going to hop your back foot in slightly. You're going to come to a pyramid pose. So straightening the front leg a little more if you can. Don't lock it out. A little bend in it. And then reaching toward the floor or toward a block, books, whatever kind of props you're using. And then the hips. Left hip back, right hip forward. That will get you in a nice alignment here. Alright, so what we're going to do here, hands are to the mat if you don't have them there. Step your right leg back. We're in a little bit of a high lunge. And then you'll step your left leg back as well. We'll exhale and lower down to the mat. Inhale to cobra or to up dog. Exhale to down dog. You can inhale the right leg up behind you. As you exhale, right foot comes through to the hands. Back foot sets up for warrior 1. When you're ready, you can inhale the arms up. Really pressing into that back edge of the left foot there, the pinky toe side of that foot. And we'll do a little bit of a humble warrior here. So you can let the hands come behind the back. You can clasp them this way. So you can clasp the hands You could also just grab onto opposite elbows if that doesn't work, or a strap would be nice. So you can grab onto these opposite hands. You can take a little kind of a back bend here. And then you can come forward if you like. Chest comes toward that right thigh and then kind of slips to the inside. So you can keep the hands clasped. You can keep them at your low back. You could also have a little strap, a shoelace, a scarf between your hands. You can bring the hands back to the low back, and then the hands come to the mat. Inhale, step back to plank. When you're ready, you can exhale and lower down to the mat. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. You can inhale up on your toes as you exhale. You can walk your feet to your hands to come to a forward fold. We'll inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Then we'll inhale the arms up, hips to chair. And then you can exhale, hands back to the sides for mountain. That was like a different sun B. Like it was kind of sun B, but I made it different. So it's okay. So we'll do it again on the other side. So when you're ready, this time your right leg will be your sturdy leg, and your left leg, or your left foot, you'll kind of, we did chair first. So you can come to chair. When you're ready, you can inhale the arms up, hips back to chair. I'm putting the tree before the chair, putting the cart before the horse, if you've ever heard people say that. Very punny, I am. All right, you come back to standing. Now your left leg will be your tree leg. So just see where it goes. Once again, the arms can come up, out. You can bring that left hand to the left side. You can try closing your eyes. All right, we'll move, or well, we stayed here for a while last time. So we'll just like a little longer. Bear with me. We'll stay here just a little longer. Because we were like really here last time. I didn't like time it, but we were here a little longer. All right, so I think we've put in time. And if you paid attention to time and like you're like, no, Sam, we didn't stay there for as long as like we need to. But I'm gonna move on. So we'll step this front leg forward, raise it, then we'll shift back to a warrior 3. And then back Remember the really pushing into the kind of outer side of that left foot. Our shoulders aren't up in our ears. You can like roll, be like, get down, shoulders get down. All right, and then we'll hop the back foot in a little bit. We'll lean forward for our pyramid pose. This time, right hip back, left hip forward. And make it kind of work for you. Remember, don't like lock out. This is a locked out front leg. Like normal, locked out, normal, locked out. Don't do that. And it's one of those things, if you do, if your joints are a little more hypermobile, it is kind of a hard thing to get out of the habit of doing, I guess I need to say. So just kind of noticing you're doing it. First step, then you can just make a conscious effort to like not like jack it so far back. We're stretching that hamstring nice and good though, and the calf. Clear up the back leg. You can hop your back foot back a little bit for kind of in a high lunge. Inhale back to plank. When you're ready, you can exhale and lower down to the mat. We'll inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. You can inhale left leg up behind you. As you exhale, left foot comes through the hands. We're setting up that back foot for warrior one. And then you can come up when you're ready. The more you attempt to square your hips in warrior one to the front of the mat, you just may notice a little more of a stretch in your right hip flexor. Since the hip is kind of following that back foot being angled out, by squaring the pelvis off to the front, that will change that, where you're feeling that stretch. We'll come to our humble warrior here, so the hands can come to the back. Clasp them differently than you did last time, so your other thumb should be on top. You can lean back. You don't have to do that at all. Then you can let the arms come up, chest comes toward that thigh. Hands can come down to the back and then down to the mat. We'll inhale, step back to plank. When you're ready, you can exhale, lower the hands down to the mat. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. We'll inhale up on the toes. As you exhale, you can walk your feet to your hands for a nice forward fold. We'll inhale the arms up, hips sit back to chair. And then to mountain pose. Cool, you did it. My stomach's hanging out. So we'll just do a little bit more movement before we kind of take it down and rest a little bit. So this has become one of my new favorite things to do in the afternoon. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Thank you, Michael Johnson. So this is like his sun salutation that he does. And it's really cool because there's no forward folding and no planks, chaturangas, nothing like that. But it's just a nice flowing movement that you could do in the afternoon. And I feel like you could even do this in the evening. And if you're someone who, like if you do a lot in the evening, you're never going to go to sleep, I feel like this wouldn't be too much to where you would just be so amped that you can't sleep. So, Michael Johnson's the man. This is his sun salutation. I'm going to try to do it justice. So, you can start with your hands at heart center. On an inhale, you can bring the arms up. And then as you exhale, you can just shift forward. We'll let the right leg lift up and come to a warrior three. On your exhale or inhale, you can let that foot drop back and then set up for your warrior one. On your next breath, we're going to shift to warrior two, but toward the back of your mat. So your right foot will be your front foot. You'll look out over your right fingertips. On your next inhale, you can come to a reverse warrior. So this arm can drop down the back. It can also reach around. You can exhale and come back up. And then we'll shift over to a triangle. Remembering here, I'm going to fall backward. In your triangle, you can reach to a prop. You can reach to your leg, to the inside or to the outside of that leg. All right, and then we're going to shift around to the back of our mat, and then we'll come into an airplane. So like warrior three, but the arms are out to the sides. And then you can come back up, hands come to heart center. And so this is just a variation. If you've done any of his trainings, he's got a couple of ways that he does this, and I may have mashed kind of the two together, but I give credit where credit's due. This is not something that I came up with. It's all Michael. So when you're ready, hands are heart center. You can inhale the arms up. And then we'll lift the left leg, coming to our warrior three. Back leg sits down for warrior one. Next breath, we'll shift to warrior two at the front of the mat. So looking out over the left fingertips toward the left leg. Next breath, you can do that humble warrior, or reverse warrior, Coming back through, and then shifting over to triangle. And then you can shift around, square everything up. You'll come to your airplane on your left leg. And then you come back up, starting. So just a nice little thing. It doesn't take too long. You can make it as slow or as quick as you like. And you can do it as many times as you like. So I think that little sequence kind of lends itself to a lot of people. That in itself could be a practice. You've got balancing, and you've got some movement, so it's very nice. So we'll bring it on down. You can come to a seat, you can come to a squat. I would love you if you squat. I would love you if you don't squat. Squatting's cool, and not a lot of people do it. So I love you either way. Don't get it twisted. We'll just do a nice little forward fold here. You can inhale the arms up. And then exhale, just reaching forward from the waist. When you feel like you can't go forward anymore, then you can let the arms rest wherever they want to. And then just round over. Alright, you can lift back up. So if you want, you can do whatever you want. To me, at this moment, legs up the wall are really speaking to me. So I think that is what I'm going to do for a few minutes. So yeah, you can, like I said, kind of figure out if you want to do, knees into the chest, going into a shoulder stand, a plow. You could do twisting on your back. You can also come to legs up the wall. But this is just really, it's calling to me. So I'm going to do this. You can also do a supported bridge, or if you don't feel like laying your legs at the wall, you just put a little prop or a block, sometimes a pillow or a rolled up blanket feels better to me, just underneath of your low back, underneath the hips, and just let your legs kind of lay up the wall. Just find somewhere where you can kind of relax for a moment. Shavasana. But also, if you want to lay on your mat and lay out for your more traditional Shavasana, then certainly you can do that as well. So just scooting over and then just finding a position that you really, really want to lay in. So you can be really still. And I saw this really interesting quote today, and I think it does ring true to a lot of people. Not a quote, really a thought or an ideal or a mindset that folks think that when you meditate, not that this is a meditation right now, but essentially I think too that when you do yoga as well, folks think that your mind just goes somewhere and you don't have any thoughts, and that is the point or the purpose of meditation in yoga to a degree, is that you're not supposed to have any thoughts. Your mind is just supposed to be empty. And I think that folks think that when they do these things or they try these things, if their mind isn't empty, then they've not done it right, they can't do it, so they just give up and never do it again. And it's just a very common misconception is what it is. So the point of these things is to notice the thoughts in your mind. You will still have thoughts in your mind. You should have thoughts in your mind. But what yoga, and especially meditation, allows you to do is to be able to observe what's happening in your mind, to watch your thoughts, notice any patterns, the direction, the tone of your thoughts, and really kind of see them, observe them, and not get attached to them. Myself included, so many of us relate to the thoughts that come from our heads. I thought it, so it must be true. I think that, therefore I am that. And that's just not how it works. That's just what we've always allowed to happen. We identify so much with these thoughts. So by moving our body here and really taking this time to focus on ourselves, we can now lay here and rest and just watch our thought patterns. Notice them. But don't let your mind take you for a ride. And then not letting yourself feel the emotions, anger or greed or even jealousy that comes with certain thoughts. That's the point of it. And just the more you practice it, eventually you'll be thinking and you'll go, oh hey, I just thought that, and that. And that's the first step, noticing. Yourself noticing your thoughts. So just keep at it. These practices are so beneficial for you. Practice makes practice. It doesn't make perfect. No one's asking for perfection. But just by doing little bits each and every day, you just kind of get a little better at it, and a little better at it, and you notice a little more, and get attached a little less. So I invite you just to lay here and watch your brain, watch your mind, and see what happens. You can begin to do so however it naturally occurs. And I know it can be difficult to find time to be by yourself and be alone with your thoughts. So even if you got interrupted during your shavasana, just know that whatever time you put into it, you're going to reap benefits, and it's better than none. You can roll to one side of your choosing, taking a nice deep exhale once you make your way there. And then when you feel ready, I invite you to join me in a comfortable seated position. We'll bring the hands to heart center, eyes closed, and gaze down. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you, and to practice yoga together with you, no matter time or place. May you be safe, may you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you live with